a good performance sets crazy ceiling on his draft capital, right? I think basically, like,
Yes,
with what we know now, there's just cap on it, right? Like, maybe a
right.
top 50 pick probably in that kind of first half of the second round, but if he has a good showing at the combine, I could see him being one of those guys that sneaks into the back of that first round because bit of a long strider, right? So I wonder how that's gonna look when he is just running straight lines on the field. Hopefully it can be good because he covers ground, but you never really know what that's gonna look like when he's kind of clunking down the 40-yard dash line. Of course, another guy that I'm looking at is Jaden Higgins. Been steaming him up all week. I actually even put out a tweet from Undroppables that this is a Jaden Higgins house. I am stamping that now. Kind of feel bad that I didn't stamp the Tre Harris household first because we were a Tre Harris house before, but we got multiple bedrooms in this house, and so they can both have a space to their own.
And that's why in some ways the model becomes best the moment the draft happens. It's like then we can really release it because then it's fully formed because now we have draft capital that really finishes the number. One of the things that, like, if we look at, just give you an example for like Tre Harris. If he goes not in the first round, he finds his way. He's similar to Dante Pettis, James Washington, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Johnson. Diami Brown, these types of players, right? That now Nico Collins gets pulled in there, George Pickens. Like, there's certain players that you're like, oh, okay, he's in there. But if he goes in the first round, he's like, the model will put him near like Garrett Wilson and Drake London. And I'm not saying that he is one of these players if he goes in the first, and he's is one of these other players if he doesn't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, the crowd he keeps changes based on where he goes in the draft. Same thing with all these other players.